What's up, YouTubers? This is not a review of the PSP, by the way. This is a rip-off from Wish, and it's not that bad. What I want to do is just tell you how I came about this product. Is that I've got a 2-year-old boy who's now looking up to his mum and dad, sisters and brothers, and he's getting jealous of us on our phones, laptops, TV, whatever gadgets we're on. So I tried to find something of an alternative that he could use that was something close to my heart, which was retro gaming. Now, there's Mario on here and like Sonic, which was a little bit weird to have Sega and Nintendo together. However, it's a nice little device. It's not too bad. It does boast 150 games, which I was a little bit surprised at, considering back in the day, one cartridge had one game. Now, this is flashing up Mario, Double Dragon, Dick Tracy, loads of other games. And then the cartridges that come with the hand console boast 900,000 games. And there's 2 cartridges that say 900,000 or more, which is very bizarre. So you're talking 1.8 million games, and I don't think between Nintendo and the Sega there were that many games that was released. So it comes in a nice fancy box. It comes with 2 cartridges, but the games are already on the console. So as soon as you flip the console on, there's 150 games in without a cartridge. So it is seemingly built into the console. Then you've got the charge cables, you've got the AVI cables, you can plug it into your TV, blow the screen up. I've not tested that, but it does charge really quick, and the charge seems to last quite a long time. So fancy box, it looks like the PSP. It's very cheap to handle, there's no weight behind this. Straight out of the box, there's scratches all over the screen. That's manufacturer. I don't know if it's been returned like that or whether that's come from the warehouse. I just don't know. But it's not a very good screen. I don't think it'll last that long. The box is quite fancy, very sparkly. It comes with a carry case for the PXP3. So it's quite nice. Picking it up is very flimsy. I think if I threw this once, it would disintegrate. So let's start flicking through these games. I'm particularly interested in the Sonic games on this video. Now, while there's lots of kind of Mario, Dick Tracy, Zuma, Streets of Rage, Double Dragon, and so on. I'm testing Sonic mainly because the film was out recently and it's quite a hot topic. They've changed the image of Sonic once, they've had to change it back to the original. So Sonic seems quite a good one to test. There's Echo the Dolphin on here, which is just called Echo. There's Desert Strike. And it's around here we're recording around 30 games. Batman Revenge, which I don't really remember Batman Revenge, but there is another Batman game on here that I did used to play on the Master System too. A lot of these games appear to be from the Mega Drive. You may already notice it says 999,888 in one, and I've not even inserted the cartridge yet. Yes, if this was advertised in the UK, I'm pretty sure there would be a huge lawsuit against Sony or Sega for boasting 999,000 games on one cartridge, one console, or all of the above. Not to mention, as soon as we scroll to game 81 on this cartridge, on this console, it starts repeating itself. Zuma, Streets of Rage, Ninja Turtles, Smurfs. So I doubt very much there's even 150 games on here. We're not even halfway through, or we're just about halfway through, and we're already repeating the games that was at the beginning of the cartridge. So I refuse to bore you with any more remedial facts about this cartridge and the fact it boasts more games than what it could possibly hold, the low graphics and poor quality of the screen, and in fact you're actually getting quite a lot for your buck. Now in the UK this retails at around £16, £16 to £20, which is anywhere between 20 and 30 US dollars. Already we've got the first cartridge in, and I thought it was in. it says 900,000 games, which is really frustrating. I hadn't quite inserted the cartridge properly. This is where it starts to feel a little bit flimsy. I was about to take the cartridge out, then I wasn't sure which way around it went. It is quite obvious when you look at the shape of the cartridge. I've inserted it again. You flick the screen on. Here you get different music and a different screen. Now, we could be here all day going through the games, and you'll notice that there's some games on the first screen when I started and when I booted up that are already on this cartridge. Again, if I could flick through all 900,000, whatever it is, on the cartridge 1 and 2 and the console, I could do an hour's video trying to work out what games were on both, or all three sets of memory, let's say. But why should I do that when you're going to do that yourself? Haha! If you do ever play this, do have a go at sensible soccer. Even I like it, and I'm not a football fan. Now, there are always going to be some questionable quality aspects of this when you're only paying something like a tenth of the original price, maybe even less than that. The on and off buttons based at the bottom, the volume key and the charge port all feel a bit flimsy and cheap. You can clip the back of the battery case off to reveal the battery. I guess that's replaceable, but I wouldn't waste your money on that. So it is here I insert the final cartridge and then start playing the Sonic games. And it's also where I discover the volume key, which is at the base of the PXP3. So, music down. Let's find the right game. Music up on the cartridge. So this is the true sound quality, straight from the console into the camera. So there's no sound enhancement or anything here. Sega, and you do get the original music of the game. So the colours have come up quite sharp on this. The music's flowing with the game, and the playability is not slow, which I quite like. Then the next thing I would start to question is whether you get one level or whether you get the whole game. So because you do realise very quickly that there is not 1.8 million games on here, you do start to then think, well, is there the full level, is there the full game? So I do test this Sonic game out first, and again, it's quite nice. It flows. It reminds me of the early 1990s. I wasn't sure at first whether this was the Master System 2 version, but you do realise that later that it's the Mega Drive, and most of the games are Mega Drive anyway. But it did remind me of the Master System 2 version. Now, you can't hold down, press A, and then spin like you could in the latter games, the more developed games on the Master System 2, whereas you can on the Mega Drive, which was shown just there. I managed to get through this first level quite quickly, and it's pretty fail-safe anyway. It's the beginning of the game, and Tails is following you. The game's bouncing along nicely, and there's no real danger to losing this game anyway. I've hit 100 coins quite quickly and got to the end of the level. So that first test was really good. I mean, I've opened this up. It really took me back to some nostalgia, some early days of playing the consoles, and they were revolutionary. You went from the old orange box where you used to play tennis, it was a black and white screen, to this within a very short few years, from the 80s into the early 90s. So this was quite a pleasure to play. There'll probably be some dads out there laughing now because they know what I'm on about, and then some younger generation have no clue what the black and white game was. So here, basically, I'm going to test the next Sonic game out and see if I can get past the first level. So I'll go from the first level into what could be the second level. I had no idea at this point. So again, this reminded me of the Master System game, but it is the Mega Drive. In fact, I don't think it is. No, this is the Master System version. So yeah, you see it's very, very similar to the Mega Drive version. Again, bouncing around. I knew this well. I knew this level well. I played this. I used to go back to this game just to play the first level before I went out. You know, if I knew I was going out with my parents or out with a few friends, I'd just slip the cartridge in, turn on the Master System 2, play this level, and then go out. And there were no saves in those days, so you couldn't play 2 or 3 levels and then later on go back to level 3 and carry on. You always had to go back to the beginning of the game. So playing this level was like looking at the back of your hands. You knew it quite well. You know, bounced through very quickly there. So that's level 1 passed. And then, as I remember it, straight into level 2. Now, I might do a separate video. I'm pretty sure this is from the Mega Drive. This was what confused me. I'm sure this bonus level is the Mega Drive. Anyway, what I probably will do is do one test where I try and complete the game and see how far I get. Okay, well, that's it for today, guys. If you like the video, please smash that like button. It will tell YouTube's algorithm this is a good video and more people should watch it. If you smash the subscribe button, it means you will see more of this content. If you click the bell, you will get notifications when there's a new video released. Bye bye.